Hey guys, it's Tech right here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up Streamlabs OBS so that way you can stream with it to Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever your platform you want to. I got you here today. You guys did not know I did a video like this for 2023. They changed some stuff this year, so I want to do an updated video for 2024. So let's get right into it. The first thing you do is download Streamlabs OBS. I will have a link to it down below, and what you're going to do is go to the website you can see here. And what you want to do is click on download Streamlabs for desktop. Once it says you have downloaded Streamlabs OBS, all you have to do is go to your file explorer, go under downloads in here, and when you're in downloads you should see the file for Streamlabs OBS, and we're just going to open this on up and install it on our computer. Once you've done that, it'll say finished and installed, and all you do is say finish, and you can run with it and it automatically finishes too. So it's an easy setup process. Now once you of course do install, you will have access to a little thing here. It says how do you plan to use Streamlabs. We're going to say live streaming for the time being. We're just going to continue, and then they're going to show some icon stuff. You want to just click skip on this because you don't need to set up a direct connection to any of these platforms. Now you can also import stuff from OBS Studio if you do primarily use it, but I assume you're a new streamer, so we're going to say start fresh. Now they will have some other things like do you want to set up your mic and webcam. We're going to just skip all this stuff right here. We're just going to ignore all of it because of the fact that we're not worried about it for the time being. The first thing you're going to see in Streamlabs OBS is scenes and sources. Now just imagine your scenes as different layouts you can have with different sources. So if you want to have two separate scenes, one scene for just your face cam and one scene maybe for like your face cam and gameplay, you can always set that up like so. But for the time being, we're going to set up a simple layout where we have our gameplay and face cam on top of it. So we want to set that up. We're going to add our actual PC first. So what you're going to do is click the plus icon in sources, and when you're in here, what you want to go to is display capture for a single PC setup, and this will capture whatever monitor you're actually using. If you're using a dual monitor setup, you just make sure they add the monitor you usually game on, and for me, since I'm a single PC setup with a single monitor, it'll be the first monitor you see here. With that though, we have access to our gameplay. Now if you do want to add a webcam, maybe like a C920 or something on your desk, or maybe a camera on your side, what you're going to do is go into add a source again, and this time you're going to go to video capture device. You just want to click on this, add source, and when it adds the source, you should be able to capture the device as local. So you can see this is my webcam. I actually don't have the camera on. Let me turn that on. So now that my camera is on, you can see I have my side camera here, which is usually my keyboard cam for my main PC when I stream. But we're going to use it just for example. You can customize this however you want, but we're just going to leave it default for the time being because it doesn't particularly matter. And what we can do if we want to move this around and actually make it look nice, what we do is grab one of these corners, drag it down like so, and then we can actually place it on the side. Since I'm usually facing my monitor this way, I'm gonna have it pointed inward, and then you can just drag it, and that way you have your face cam and also your gameplay. Now keep in mind that imagine you're seeing your sources as a burger. The top of your button is going to be of course your overlays and alerts, and of course the bottom of your button is going to be your gameplay, and in between your bun in the middle, like your meat, the patty, is your face cam. So if you put the actual face cam at the bottom of your bun, you won't see it on screen. So you need to make sure that your face cam is always above your gameplay. With that though, our setup looks pretty good. Now if you do have a capture card, you want to add like a gaming console or your PC that you're actually using a dual PC setup with, what you're gonna do is go to sources, click the plus icon again, video capture device, and find your capture card as a new source. So we're gonna say add a new source instead. Yes, and we're gonna create. And with that, we can actually see here I have the capture card we're using for my side camera. We want to go to Elgato. Now I don't have anything plugged in for the time being, but theoretically if you were to have a device on here, it would pop up, and then you have your second PC, and then of course you can just slap it under your webcam like so. Now you might be wondering yourself, how do I add my actual alerts to actually my stream so I can see when people actually follow me on Twitch or Kick and stuff like that? I'm gonna teach you how to set that up next. What you're gonna do is go to Bottricks Live. I will have a link to it down below, and what I want you to do is log into whatever platform you primarily use. For me, we're gonna use Twitch because that's what we're setting this up here for, and it's gonna just log in through your Twitch. That you can see it's logged in through Twitch, and if we want to add our alerts, all we have to do is go under alerts up here, and when we're in alerts, what we can click on is copy this link, or you can customize your alerts beforehand, but I've customized it all in mine. You can just like do whatever you want, and then what you want to do is copy the widget URL. Once you have that copy, you want to go back to your sources on OBS, click the add icon, and what you want to do is look for browser source. We're going to click add browser source and go through the process, and what we want to do is make sure the wide is by 600 and the actual height is by 600, and then we want to take that link we copied and we want to just delete all that, and then Control V or just paste that on in there. And with that though, our alerts are now added into OBS. Now if you want to get a little bit more fancy with your alerts, you actually want to control the audio to them, you can actually do so by using control audio via Streamlabs desktop, you can do so. I would recommend doing the same thing for OBS Studio. But for right now, you can actually see now I have my desktop audio for my game. I have my mic, which we'll see you guys set up next, and then we have my browser source. So if we want to test if this is working, all we have to do is go back to Botrix, click the follow icon, and you should see it just works. And you can see the actual audio track works for it too. So you can customize this however you want if you want to get complex with it, but honestly, you don't really have to mess with it. But now that we have all of our main sources set up for streaming, what we need to do next is set up our microphone. This is the most important step because audio is more important than video, so you need to make sure to have this. So what we're gonna do is click the little gear icon on the bottom left of Streamlabs. This is gonna get your settings. What we're gonna do is go into audio in our settings. When we're in audio, what we wanna actually do is look for mic and auxiliary device 1. This is gonna be the primary one that you use most times around, so we want to change this from default to whatever our mic is. So for me, I have this wireless headset right here. I'm gonna use that for the time being. Well, you can see now we have our headset added as our main audio device. So you can see our mic is now working. Now there is one thing I want you to do first off is actually add a filter. So we're gonna click on the gear icon where our mic is. We want to go under filters, and we're gonna say add filters. When we're in add filters, you can see this little area. We want to add a filter real quick. And what we want to add is one of the default ones under filter types is a noise actual gate. This will make it so you don't have any clicking noise in the background of your keyboard or have any noise from actually like maybe your fan or AC in the back. But you can just leave that like so and just close that. Now you can see right now when I stop talking with the actual mic, the audio will drop down and you'll see no leaking from the audio. You can see there's no leaking audio. So if I turn on my AC, for example, and if I was to turn the filter off, you'll see audio leaking from actually the background. That right there is just audio leak, and we want to prevent that. So if you have a cookie keyboard, you can get rid of it by adding a noise gate, and you can do some other stuff. Now, another thing I would recommend you do after adding the noise gate is actually adding noise suppression. What the noise suppression is going to do is so it doesn't have any clipping your audio when your audio goes into the red, because if it goes in the red, you're going to clip. Especially when you have rage moments, you might like yell or something like that, and then that's not good for your viewers. No one wants to hear that. So go to filters, add a filter. What we're going to do is change this to noise suppression. You can click OK. And when we want to change this to method, we want to change it to RN noise, and that way we have a noise gate for background noises, and then a noise suppression just for in case we somehow peaked our audio, or if you get mad, you can just go out without it having any problems. You know what I'm saying? Now that you got your actual video and audio set up, what we need to do now is actually set up our settings for actually streaming. So what we're gonna do is go into our settings. We're gonna go to output, and the first thing I want you to do is change the output mode from simple to advanced. With that though, we can get on to the next setting steps. So the first thing you're gonna do is actually change your encoder from X264 to your GPU encoder. So if you have a video GPU, it will be NVENC H264 new, or if you have a Radeon GPU, it'll just be Radeon, or if you have an Intel GPU, it'll be AV1. Now that you got that, we can leave our actual recording type as CBR, and what we do is change our bit rate. Now this is gonna be important. What you need to do next is do a speed test. So what I want you to do is actually go on Google or whatever Internet Explorer you're using and look up speed test, and we want to run a speed test. What we're looking for is our upload speed to be higher than 12 megabits for a 1080p stream to actually Twitch. And if you don't have 12 megabits, you only have 6,000 megabits or lower, I will show you different settings so we have the best possible settings depending on your internet speed. You can see right here I have 30 megabits upload speed. So what we can do is actually do the 1080p one, and then I'll show you guys how to get a perfect, clean, crisp 720 stream. So we're gonna make this first our bit rate. We're gonna make this 6,000, so we have more than 12 megabits upload speed, which is good. We can leave set preset quality on actual just quality. You can change it to high, but it really depends on what you want to do. That's a personal preference. I think quality is fine. And then you don't have to enable look ahead. However, if you are playing an FPS shooter like Valorant, Call of Duty, some other game like that, I would enable look ahead. Makes it easier for the stream. And of course, if you aren't playing with anything with an FPS shooter that's not fast paced, just don't turn on look ahead. It's just not worth. Well, at that though, our actual output settings are perfect for Twitch. So what we want to do now is go into our video settings, and what we want to do here is make sure the base canvas of our actual resolution is whatever our monitor is. So my monitor is a 1080p monitor, but if you have a 4K monitor or a 1440p monitor, you want to make sure the base canvas is whatever your monitor is that you're gaming to. Now, well, your output scaling resolution is whatever it's going to stream to. So let's say I want a 4K downscale to, of course, 1080. You want to make sure this is on 1080. Of course, if you can stream 1080, you can stream 720, you change 720. But for the time being, 1080 is fine. And we can actually change this to 32 samples. And with that, we can actually not mess with the frame values. This is a new one. I don't know why they have that. It's unnecessary in my opinion. And we want to change the frame value to 60. So you have 60 FPS, not 600 FPS, because there'd be no reason to do that. But with that though, we have the best possible settings for a 12 megabit upload stream, which is like 1080p. Good quality. Now, if you don't have 12 megabits and you have only 6,000 megabits or less, what I want you to do is one thing different, or actually it's two things, but you get the point. We want to change the output resolution to 720p, and once we have done this, we can leave it at 60 FPS, but if you don't have more than like 6,000, 30 FPS would be better. And then for output, what you want to do is change it from 6,000 to 4,500, because 720 doesn't require a whole lot of bitrate. However, 4,000 will be enough, but giving that level 500 will make it look a little bit more sharper. Now we're getting to the final stretch of actually setting your OBS. What we need to do now is add our stream key and URL. So what we're gonna do is go to stream, and we want to make sure the stream type is set from streaming servers to custom streaming servers. That's the big thing you need to do here. And what we want to do is actually get our URL. So we'll have a link down below to this website here, which will have all the servers for Twitch. Now, depending on where you're located, you want to get the closest server link to you. So for me, example here, I'm near actually Ashburn, but you want to take this one, for example here, since I'm near Ashburn, I'd copy this and then actually go to OBS or Streamlabs OBS. I'm going to get the two mixed up. I'm going to paste that where the URL is, but you just find the closest server to you. Now, for the stream key, what you want to do is go to Twitch, of course, and go onto your actual profile icon on the top right. And what you do is go under video, or not video, creator dashboard. Once you're in here, you'll see a few different options. And what you want to do is go to settings, stream, and what you want to do is copy the primary stream key by clicking the copy button, and we can just paste that into our actual stream key. And with that though, we can now go live on Twitch. If you want to go live on Kick, it's the same rule apply. You want to go to the Kick website, and you can click on your profile on the top right, go into settings. After you go into stream key, you'll see you have your stream URL. We want to copy this. We can just paste this on in here. With that, we got our Kick URL, and then grab our stream key, and then we can paste that in here if we want to go live on Kick, and bang, you go live on now Kick too. Now, ignoring my YouTube homepage, what you want to do if they go live on YouTube is when you click on the upload icon or create and go live. And once you're in go live, you'll get access to a few different things. You'll get your stream key and also URL, but make sure to set up your stream beforehand before you go live. And what we can do is copy our stream key, and we can actually paste it on in our settings, and we can just paste our stream key, bang, for YouTube. And then if we want to get our URL, what we have to do is just copy the stream URL and then go back in Streamlabs, and now we can go live on YouTube as well. But that is of course how you go live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and all the platforms depending on which one you primarily use. If you guys did find this video helpful here today, make sure to smash the like button and get subscribed so you don't miss on future tech content, because we got a few PC builds coming in February, and we got a bunch of other videos planned and tutorials. And so yeah, if you don't want to miss any of those videos, you know what, they get subscribed. I'll see you guys for another tech video. Until then, have a great day. TechGran out.